All right, welcome back, everybody. Mildly a Big Deal, a podcast with Beau Clowers. We sure appreciate your time. We appreciate you being here with us today. And today, we're here with one of my longest friends we've ever had, the one, the only, Lee Green. We went to school together, known each other, I would say, most of our lives. How are you today, Lee?
Pretty good, not too bad. Great to be talking with you today.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. We're gonna see. I'm gonna fight this thing in my ear the entire time that we're here, but we're gonna fight through it.
All right.
Uh, once again, I was telling you off air, like you sound fantastic. I can't get over how good you sound on your little setup. I'm gonna have to get one of those.
Thank you.
Um, there was something I was going to talk about minutes ago. I was like, oh, I'll tell you that on air, John,
Gone.
but that's okay. Um, Now, Lee and I, we went to school together our whole lives, pretty much, you know. Um, I wanted to talk about that. D Queen High School, D Queen Middle School, D Queen Elementary. Back before there was a primary and who knows what all else. Um, I just get tickled thinking about it. I think about the craziness of the whole thing. You know what I mean? Okay, for starters, did you ride the bus or were you a car rider?
Rode the bus up until I could drive. Of course, my dad drove a bus, so the bus was parked at home. So,
Oh, well, that's nice.
yeah, but there was a period in middle school where can't remember, my dad changed routes or something, and I was riding Mr. Walthour's bus because he drove a similar route.
I love that when your own dad's like, "Hey, you're gonna need to catch a ride.
Well, there's a
Our
couple.
bus no longer stops here."
Well, there's a couple of times actually. I was notorious, and I still am this day, of waking up late, and my dad be waiting, honking the horn on the bus, and it would
Yeah,
just sometimes would just leave me.
I was a car rider, and I always had the same pattern. Mom would wake me up. I was like you. I woke up way last second. It was awful, and mom would wake me up, and I would go to the couch. She would wake me up again, and I would go brush my teeth and put on my clothes, and then I would go lay
Lay
down
back down.
in the. I would lay down in the van so that I could sleep until we got to the school. Okay.
You have a mattress in there?
Oh, it was a van, so I had that bench seat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I would do it every day, and then one day forgot a step. Mom woke me up. I went to the couch. I went back to sleep. Mom woke me up again, and I went to the van. I didn't go brush my teeth and put on clothes.
Oh no.
So we pull up. This is middle school. I'm way too old for this to have been something that happened at middle school. I pull up sixth grade. So I'm all not just middle school, but I'm like the youngest. Like you're scared of the seventh graders, the eighth graders, and you're new to the little kids. I pull up and mom's like, "All right, we're here," and I sit up and I don't have any clothes on. I am in my whitey tighties,
She didn't look back
just
behind her.
and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "I don't have any clothes on." Now
That's like a
I'm
bad.
way more scared of my mother than what I am being seen in my underwear.
Yeah.
So she just goes,
Same.
"Get
Yeah.
out," and I just got out. I just in my underwear, just whitey tight, got out. Took like 3 steps towards the building, and then I hear, "Get in the damn van." And Mama don't cuss, so I got back in the van. We went home, and
I mean, like you,
I was
like
in real trouble.
you live the dream
Oh,
of,
it was awful.
like, no, the dream, waking up or being at school with your
Being in
clothes off.
school in your
You
underwear,
forgot, yeah, you
and
forgot
and
your.
it gave me like trauma because now like I will be like at work for an hour or two and randomly think, "Oh
Look,
shit,
look
okay,
down. Yeah.
I don't remember putting those on." I just like panicked. Yeah, so yeah, it messed with me. I'm telling you. Yeah, I was a car rider. You were a bus rider. See, I cannot wrap my mind around the bus. The bus seems like the most chaotic chaos. These are children, and you just put 1,000 of them on a bus. I know it's not 1,000, but it's still a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
And just tell them to coexist until we get there.
It was insane. I mean, not all the time, but there were times I remember my my dad pulling the bus over to reprimand or whatever. And actually, there was one time we had at one point he had to give us assigned seats because he knew the troublemakers, and so he put
Oh,
the
we
worst.
always know the troublemaker.
Yeah, so of course he put the worst people up close to the front. But at one point, my assigned seat was like the first or second seat, and he put me next to Bobby Paquin of all people.
Oh, Lord. One of the
And
most crazy situations ever, that guy. I'm talking about a name from the
remember,
past.
you remember his okay,
Okay. Yes,
yeah,
okay.
yes, okay, right. But
Oh, it's Rand. I just remember you would be in the gym for PE, and from like outside, you would hear, okay. It's like, oh my
okay,
God. It's
yeah,
like, golly.
me and Kyle used to when he was gone when he left. Me and Kyle would still do it in class. Okay, but anyway, there was one time he got me in trouble because he was messing with me. I was like, cut it out, Bobby. You're going to get us in trouble. And I kept nudging him, and he kept going. Oh, and his other notorious thing was like if you hit him or act like you're going to hit him, he'd go, ouch, ouch. And he kept doing that like I was hurting him or something, messing with him. And
Yeah,
of course, my dad got pissed off, pulled the bus over, paddled both of us
really.
right on the side of the highway.
Oh, that's no good right there. That's a different world right there when you could be paddled. I
Yep.
don't think they can even do that nowadays. I don't think, can they?
Nope.
Hmm.
My goodness, though. But anyway.
Yeah, when I think of the bus, I think of older kids and younger kids, and there's like sex, and there's like kids are smoking, there's like people passing drugs. It's basically like Harlem in the 80s, is what I think of when I think of the bus.
Yep. And, you know, I still this like I remember weird stuff from like the back of the bus, like um, like I still remember people like just telling street jokes and stuff like that. Just normal stuff. But then also, I think one school trip we had, I remember it might have been a regular day. I can't remember. One of the older girls like pulled out a condom out of her purse
Oh,
and
Lord.
started playing with it. I was like, what the heck?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Middle school Beau would have been done. Couldn't have handled something like it. Girls with condoms and
I
like,
think
shoot.
I think she started blowing it up like a surgical glove.
Middle school Beau would have been done. Yeah, it was best. It was the best. I was a car rider. I wasn't in the maturity level to handle girls with condoms on the bus. I remember first time I ever rode a bus. First time I was wanting to sit by this one girl, had a huge crush on her. Her name it was Marlene, and I was like super stoked. I was a little nerdy kid. I didn't have a lot of friends back then. I was so excited. I'm not only I'm going to have to ride the bus, which I was very nervous about because, like I said, I thought no good comes on a bus. We were going on a field trip to the diamond mines. I think it was.
I remember that. We did that in elementary,
Yeah,
fifth grade.
and I was so excited I was going to sit by her, so she wouldn't have any option but to basically we were going to get married and she would have no say in it because I was sitting by her on the bus. I make it just out of town and my belly goes to rumbling and I got to take a shit, man. They had to stop the bus at Joe Paul's just outside of town. They had to pull over so I could go in there and use the bathroom. I had to take a shit. And then everybody gave me like a hard time about it for a
Oh
while.
my god! At least there was somewhere to stop.
Oh,
I remember a few kids throwing up on the bus, and my dad having to hose out the bus when we got home.
it seemed like everybody was throwing up every time.
Yeah.
Every time you like in high school, I bet million buses in high school because like sports and stuff. Every time you got on a bus, it was like, "Hey, watch out! That third seat has some puke on it." It's like,
What?
why is there just puke on the bus?
Like a
Yeah,
carnival ride.
right. It's like
Yeah.
then they just like hose it down with the water, like just a water hose.
All
All
right,
right,
next.
it's good. Somebody go sit on that spot. Yeah, I just can't wrap my mind around it. And then like as we was getting older, like you'd get off, you'd get out of school or of your classroom or your car or the bus or whatever, and you'd have to go in and go to your room one of the things I was thinking about the other day, I think about it way more than I should, Lee, and I wonder if other schools do it too, or if it was just a D Queen thing. Do you remember in elementary how people would like X out your seat if you sat on the same color that somebody else sat on? Do you remember that?
I don't think so.
Oh, I was a grade ahead of you back then because I got held back in second grade. We had me and the educational system had a disagreement on if I was smart enough to see third grade. They won. They won the argument. Um, yeah, they did a thing. 'Cause remember all the seats in the elementary in elementary, all the seats in the cafeteria in elementary were like different colors.
I remember that. Yeah.
Well, if let's say you sat on an orange seat and so and so over here who's like super nerd, boy, they're a loser. They sat in also an orange seat. Somebody'd be like, "Hey, Bo, so and so got an orange seat," and you'd be like, "What? No!" And you had to like circle it, and cross it out. That way, you weren't also a loser.
I don't. That's
Uh,
weird. Yeah, I don't
and
remember
when
that.
I tell that story, what's sad, what I come back to in my head is how many times I heard somebody be like, "Hey, Eric, Bo's got a green seat. What? No!" And they was, and I'm like, "Yeah, I know it's awful." And then, you know, I didn't.
Oh,
That's
dude, the cafeteria was wild too. Oh my god. I
I.
still
No, you
I
go,
still
you
remember. I don't know if it was somebody like Dwayne Flowers or somebody like just downing a whole hot dog like Kobayashi, like without even without even chewing it.
say I
And
don't
then
remember that.
and I think he threw up afterwards and got in
When
trouble.
when I think of him, my first thought every time is in class one time he drew the most perfect pair of tits. Just drew it out. Not a no body, no nothing, just boobs. And I just remember like he was sitting he had to sit in the front because he caused problems sometimes. Well he drew it, and while the teacher was talking, he just holds it up. So the rest of us behind him were like, "Wonder what that is." Oh, it's boobs. Oh, it was. And then sure enough, he got caught. He got caught immediately.
Yeah, busted.
Yeah, you can't hold up some. I mean, they were they were some fantastic tits. I mean, back then we didn't have porn like just available in our pockets at all time.
Well, that's like Theo Vaughn talks about that. About paying. There's some kid in class that could draw a nice
Yes,
genitalia, and they would pay for it.
they
People would
would
pay
pay
for
for it. Yes,
it. Yeah.
yes. When I think every time I hear that story, that's what I think of is Dwayne drawing tits and holding it up for us to all see. Um, it was very good drawing. Um, I feel like one time he might have drawn a vagina,
Yeah.
but none of us knew what it was. I just remember thinking like, I don't know what that is. Like, it's like two worms racing. I don't know what that's supposed to be. And later on in life, it dawned on me like,
I'm
I
pretty sure
see.
I'm pretty sure I saw plenty of that kind of stuff on the bus. People drawing crazy stuff.
Yeah, see. Like once again, the bus, the chaos, all
Yep.
nothing but sex and drugs on the bus. Sex and drugs and
Rock and roll.
art, art
Art.
genitalia. Yeah, back then though, that was like your option. Like I remember the excitement of trying to look up porn when you had like the dial up and it was just
Yeah.
it was my parents were fantastic at coming home right before I could see the nipple.
Yeah.
Right before that line came across, and I'd be so excited. And I'm all, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. And then hear the door close. I'm like, oh shit. Turn off the computer.
There's some guy on TikTok he does a sketch of that where it's like 2 a.m. in the morning
Yeah.
and he's in his dial up. It's like the 90s and it's dial up and he's really, it doesn't say what he's doing, but all you hear in the background is his mom turn that damn thing off.
I
It's 2 a.m. What are you doing?
I remember. I shouldn't say it's on podcast. It's not appropriate, but I can remember because of the anticipation of it or whatever. Like
Yeah, wait for it.
I never made it. I never made it until the actual nudity occurred. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I didn't have that kind of patience in me. By the time we got there, I was already sorry. My dog is bringing stuff and setting it on top of me. Yeah. By the time we got there, it was already too late for me. So, um,
I
yeah,
still
just
remember
the
like
whole world was just bizarre back then.
I still remember getting the free Victoria's Secret magazines in the mail and hoarding them.
For me, it was the Sears magazine.
Yeah, the
You,
underwear.
you go to the underwear section of the Sears magazine and watch out. You know,
Christmas came early.
it's not the only Christmas ain't the only one coming early. You get that Sears catalog out. Shoot, good God, life today is just so different, and kids will never know it. Kids will never grasp their like how different it was. But we grew up in an age where like we know what life is like without the internet. We know
Yeah.
what life is like without a cell phone. And we know what it's like with both of them. Not most age groups aren't going to like get that.
Yeah, we
So
had to struggle through to learn all the little things.
I can remember getting pissed off because they would try to make us take keyboarding. You remember keyboarding, the class?
Yep, 100%.
And I just thought, I've said it so many times, there is zero chance that computers become like a thing. This is a
Dude,
waste of my time. I don't need to learn this.
I still remember when they sat us down. It was after like we took computer or keyboarding. We went to Miss Harmon's class, whatever it was. I can't remember Miss Athey's class. But anyway, they took us to the library because they were introducing Yahoo search
Yeah.
engine.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking the exact same thing. I was like, "There's no way this is going anywhere."
Right. Yeah. I was like, what a waste of my time
Yeah.
and effort to make the home keys. Who gives a damn? I don't need that. I'm never going to use a computer. And then
And
here I am now.
and still this day, I remember just kind of messing around, like just typing stuff into Yahoo or Google, whatever, and a couple of guys like Ben or Joseph saying, "Hey, look up this website." And it was some dirty website,
Oh, yes.
like
I remember.
like it was still in infancy and it was already a dirty website.
Yes, already just the dirtiest of things.
And I'm just plucking around in the search bar.
Yes, I'm over here going like, what is sports?
Yeah.
Ooh, hey, look at that. Yeah, it was. I don't know. It's just a different world nowadays. And then yet now kids are like 3 on a cell phone. I'm like,
Instant, yeah, gratification.
instant gratification. You'll never know what it's like to wait on that nipple. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And to know that you've tried like 8 times that week to hit that nipple. And then when you finally get it, you finally get enough time to download all the way up to the nipple. Shoot. Done.
It's like that Ron White joke, satellites are linking up.
Yes. Ron White. I met Ron White. He was super cool. He was
really?
very nice. I met
In
Ron
Texas?
White in, I think it was Colorado. No, it was in, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I did a gig. I do stand up. I don't know if everybody knows that, but I do stand up comedy. After I did a gig one time, he walked up and was just like, I was in the bathroom peeing, and I hear somebody, he was going to do like a headliner like the next night or whatever at the place. And I was in the bathroom peeing, and I was here, people show up for Ron White, but that son of a bitch don't know what he's talking about. And all this, it's like somebody running him down, and it's clearly him. So I turned around and I'm like, oh, hey, and finish peeing, and he's like, I'll let you wash your hands, and then we'll talk. So and then like after I washed my hands, and we sat and had a conversation. It was pretty cool.
Dang, that's
I
awesome.
mean, it was like an in-depth conversation. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's not coming to my birthday party or nothing. But what what is this?
Oh, is that Oliver?
Somebody just decided he's gonna get on the table. That's because
Is
he
he a
wants some.
is he a poodle mix or?
Yeah, he's a Yorkie poo.
Oh, nice.
He needed some sweet tea.
My sister has several Yorkies. She rescues them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This little fella, he's changed my little life. He came along right when I needed him to.
You
But
got
yeah,
him
I
at a
met Ron
shelter or
Wright. He was
what?
pretty cool.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, met him in a bathroom. Talked to him for about 3 minutes. He gave me a couple notes, and I don't really remember what they were, but that's not true. I do remember what they were. Yeah, think about it. He told me to expand. They thought I was really good, and he liked my material, but said that if I would add a non-sexual component, because at the time, what my most of my bit was about like just bad sex.
Yeah.
And he said told me that I should bring up a non-sexual component to add up more time leading into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said he was like, "What you got kills. It did great, but if you could bring something into it, you can lengthen your time to where you can like
Lead
do
into it. Yeah.
longer bits. Like if you ever get signed up for like a 20 or 30 minute uh
Slot. Yeah.
um, which now that was years ago. Now I always say I've got two different 20-minute bits that are solid. Hey,
That's a.
you're killing me, son. You're killing me. I got two 20-minute slots that are solid. And then I've got one 30-minute slot that I'm confident in. And
Yeah.
after that, let's just hope they laugh a lot. So, and I'm like my 30, that extra 10 minutes is just, I have a hard time roping my jokes together. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
got, and there's a lot of stuff that I've kind of got in the bank that like I'm saving for. Like I know this will be funny. I just have to figure out how to incorporate it. I got to figure out a way to tie it to the rest of my material because I'm not as good as like Mitch Hedberg where I can just be like computers, blah 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 blah. Let me tell you about rainbows, like where he just jumps from one
Yeah.
thing crazily to the
Just
other.
random. Yeah. Just randomness.
Yeah, he's too amazing, which he's gone now, but um, yeah, I'm not that good or really or nothing, but
I know
uh,
there's some ways you can there's devices. I mean, you can use to make it funny just by simply switching the topic and making light of it.
yeah,
I'm not. I ain't that good. So
uh, one of my favorite all time little like transitions is Seinfeld talks about I don't remember something, and it has nothing to do with anything, and then he just goes, "Let me tell you about Chinese people while we're on the subject."
yeah, no subject.
It's like not a word was said about China. While we're on the subject, what's the deal with farmers, Chinese farmers, and
Yeah, the
the
cue sticks.
and the Q
yeah,
stick? They're not out there plowing the field with a couple of Q sticks,
yeah,
chopsticks. He's like,
yeah.
what's the
Chopsticks,
deal, Chinese and chopsticks? They know we got the fork. They've seen the fork.
and he's like, shovel, spoon, come on.
It's shovel, spoon. Yeah, yeah, man, Seinfeld's fantastic. I go, comedians are just,
I saw him twice live.
yeah. I've seen pretty much no one live that I didn't like do a bit with. So I don't know.
I
I've,
saw I saw Spade 2 weekends ago in Dallas. It was great.
yeah, you
Um,
told me you were going. I was curious how that went.
yeah, it was great. It was in a theater, which I don't think he started doing theaters until in the past years or 1 or 2 years. But I because I watched so much of him, I'd heard like 90% of the jokes. But
Oh yeah.
he threw in some like just a little bit of he razzed some of a few of the crowd members and getting up out of the seat and stuff. And he had a couple of things he threw in there that were kind of new or up to date. But it was really good. I definitely would see him again. And
I like the
he was so cool. I mean, he was just dressed like in just like wrinkled khakis and like just a starter
yeah.
sweat hoodie sweatshirt.
I like that you said razz. It's one of my favorite words. Razz. It was razzing you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. Um, I wrote kind of here's my transition: school and funny stuff, comedian stuff. I wrote a reel one time. Somebody there was I don't know if it's a reel. People put like those random like TikToks and Facebooks where it's like, what would you do if someone gave you $1 million to blah blah blah, and people comment or whatever. And there was a football one, and somebody wrote, "You got 1 yard to go and to win a Super Bowl. Who you giving the ball to?" And I looked at the comments, and they're like Marshawn Lynch, uh, Jim Brown, and I put eighth grade Quentin Walls.
Oh my gosh,
I
I remember
put
him.
I put eighth grade Quentin Walls, and then I put in parentheses. I wrote, "You people may not know him, but I'm telling you, he's getting that yard."
Yep.
And it got like 1,000 something likes was from me just putting the like that little comment.
Wasn't
And
he
I was
really
like,
tall? Wasn't he really tall?
he was really tall, possibly 3 or 4 years older than the rest of us,
I
but I
had
don't know. He was just tall and fast.
I had study hall with him one year, and he was such a troublemaker. He got kicked out of study hall.
Yeah, he's probably drawn some tits along the way at some point or another.
Yeah.
If I was betting, man. But he was always super nice to me. Uh, his brother used to always sing R. Kelly, which
Yeah.
you'd be playing basketball and his brother would be dribbling the ball and just start. I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind, and it's like I don't. We're just trying to play some basketball. I don't need you singing sex music while I'm trying to post you up.
The slow jams.
Right? It's my mind keeps telling me no, but my body. Yeah, yeah, a million times on the basketball court. It's insane. The characters from back in the day. When I think back on just life like that, it's like a sitcom. It's like a TV show of just personalities. And I always think like I struggled so many ways until I got to like the eighth grade. And eighth grade came football. And then I was able to like kind of be a part of something. But until then, like I didn't really have any friends. I had Ronald Jones. Ronald was my friend from in like sixth grade. Uh, and I think it was because our lockers were like next to each other for some random
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
And we both liked Lacey, and that was like instead of us that making us both like mortal enemies to like the same person, we were just like, oh, we like the same person. That's awesome.
Nice.
And it's the way life used to be when you were a kid, you know.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. I still remember some of the people that I had lockers next to, and we would talk in between classes and stuff. It was nice because it's people I'd probably normally wouldn't have talked to.
yeah, yeah. And I had a girl we went to school with. I won't name her name because I know her. She wouldn't like it. Um, a girl we went to school with told me, she was like, "Well, you were part of the cool crowd, so you never like talked to the rest of us." And I thought, I always thought I talked to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, at no point did I ever think I was better than anybody else. Because, like I said, up until the eighth grade, I was like a nerdy kid. Like, I didn't have any friends. So by the time I hit that point, I was like, I'm gonna be friends with anybody that will be friends with me.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember the same feeling because I was really good friends with David Ingram, and when he left to go to math and science school after 10th grade, I felt really fortunate because he was real good buddies with Brent, of course,
Yeah.
and so I naturally just tried to be friends with Brent. And I felt really fortunate because you and Jeff were friends with him, and because I didn't have anybody really, and to be able to go to his house and meet you guys and hang out was really a blessing to me.
Yeah, well, for sure. I I don't I don't remember how I got friends with Jeff exactly. It was kind of one of those where it's like, hey, you want to come over? Like just randomly, and it's like, yeah. So like we went and played like, no. It was I had went and played. Me and Ross James. Me and Ross used to go play home run derby. Sometimes Calvin would come out there and stuff, and we
Yeah,
would go to Nanny Field and play home run derby. Back in the day when you could drop your kids off at a park and not them not get
right.
diddled. Um, and Ross was like, "Hey, uh, Jeff's gonna come out there with us," and I was like, "Oh, hey, I know who he is, but we're not like super close." And and by that, like we've only known each other through sports. And he, after it was over, I think we gave him my mom was like, well, hey, we're heading, y'all live in the same like way that we live, so we can give you a ride home. So he like gave him a ride home, and he's like, hey, do you want to stop and play? So we like hung out, and then while we were at his house, like hanging out, uh, he was like, well, hey, Brent doesn't live far from here. Do you want to walk to Brent's house?
I
And I'm
always
like,
wondered how that happened.
well, this was like right before they moved. You know what I mean? Like Brent used
Yeah,
to live over there, just down the street, kind of like.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I was like, sure, man. So we walked over there and hung out with Brent. And I started thinking, like, I only knew him through baseball. I
yeah.
still like my only friend at the time was Ronald, and so we were like hanging out at Brent's, and then it was like we're like sitting over there, and I'm like, hey, y'all know Ronald just lives down the road. And we're like, y'all want to walk to Ronald's house? And we're like, yeah. So then we all just load up and head over to Ronald's house. And then they moved over to the other
So
house.
yeah,
And then that was close to like David Ingram's house.
yep.
And Brent was already friends with everybody. So it was like, in so many ways, it was like Brent was like
Yeah,
that like
center.
centerpiece that like held everybody together kind of.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I don't think that he knew it. I think that he always kind of thought it was Jeff because Jeff was like the coolest one of the group or something, I guess, in my mind.
yeah.
Like more prominent or whatever. Like all the girls were after Jeff and all that kind of stuff. And, but to me, Brent was like the center of the thing. Like, it was all at his house and his
Yeah,
family. And,
and of course
we
they had a big.
drove, we drove his Jeep. Like it was always.
Dude, I still remember hanging out riding in that Wrangler, dude. Dude, that was some of the best times.
I am actively looking for a Jeep Wrangler from the older days like that. I want it with the square windows,
Oh,
and I want it with the half doors.
yep.
That's what I'm looking for.
Heck yeah, dude.
And haven't found one. That's not true. I found one in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Okay.
But I was like, if I get, like, I'll have to call somebody to like come to. I'll have to like fly somebody out to Bismarck when the contract's over, so I got somebody to drive my truck back, and I can drive the Jeep back, which is just kind of a hassle. So
I still remember one day him telling me that I don't know if it was Calvin Edens or somebody. He let somebody drive it with him in it, and they blew out the clutch or something. I can't remember what it was, but I remember his parents weren't too happy about it.
I don't think it was me. So I am for sure happy about that part. Hey, go on now. Sorry, he decided he was going to pull my circle light thing. I'll just pull it off. So
Oh, you got a ring light? Okay.
yeah, which the lighting at this place lights up enough that I don't think I really need it, but it's on and it's back there. So you look fantastic, buddy. You look great.
Dude,
You
dude,
you
same
you could be in your 20s, late 20s,
man.
20s to 30s right now. You
What's
haven't
killing me?
aged.
What's killing me is that the eye bags, and I got severe dry eye, and dude, it takes a toll on me. But yeah, I appreciate that, man.
You
Same.
got some good hair. You always had good hair. Stubble's just right. I had hair until like last week, and I just cut it all off.
Yeah,
I'll get where I'm like down in the dumps. I go through like some mental health issues from time to time, and I
same.
think
Yeah,
I think it's like that's the thing I can control. So I'll just randomly be like, I mean, I could always shave my head.
yeah, something drastic, right?
Yeah, me and Britney Spears both. Just that's our go-to is to shave our head. So you're where you at now? Texarkana?
Yeah, Texarkana. I moved in 2024 from Virginia back here to be close to my parents. I was into Queen for like a good year, and then back last summer I moved. I got an apartment in Texarkana.
Where at Texarkana? Is it like Texas side, Arkansas side?
I'm on the Arkansas side, right next to the country club. It's south
Oh,
of
okay,
the. It's on South 71, right, real close to the air, not too far from the airport.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. I if I lived in Texarkana, I would get fat because of El Chico's.
yeah,
It's
tamales.
still like my favorite restaurant is El Chico's. I
I
just
missed it
all
when it was.
day.
I missed it when it was actually in the mall.
Oh, I went. Yeah, when it was better in the mall. I went to the mall. It was a couple of my friends, Trey and Jared, back in the day. Back when we were all friends, we used to go to the one in the mall all the time and drink, right?
Yeah.
And I had ordered. The waitress was so hot. Don't know her. Don't know her name. Don't know anything about her. But back then, she was like our waitress all the time. Like she would see us come in and she'd be like, "Oh, I'll take these guys." And I, of course, would just flirt just as much as I could. Like I'm just in there, just shooters got to shoot. And they're just, I'm out there just swinging. I'm striking out, but by God, I'm swinging.
Yeah.
And I ordered. I was like, what's the difference in a margarita, a top shelf margarita, and a garter margarita? And she's like, margarita is just the regular margarita. Top shelf margaritas, regular margarita, but with the good tequila,
Cuervo or
and
something. Yeah.
the garter margarita is the same with the good tequila with a woman's garter belt around the glass.
Okay.
And I was like, well, if I order that one, you got to wear you got to wear the garter belt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no.
and she did. And she wore it. I had it on my like on my dash for forever, like hanging on my rearview mirror. Back when I had my Jeep, I had that thing for forever. And then I remember I
Well,
started dating a girl and she threw it away.
you had was it a blue Jeep?
I had a yellow Jeep.
Oh, yellow. Okay, I couldn't remember
No.
exactly.
Yeah, and I loved it. The only thing I didn't like about my Jeep was it was automatic. I like a standard.
Stick. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, it's one of these days I'm going to find me.
I dude, I used this is like back around 20, maybe 2010, 11. I used to just send Brent random if I ever saw a Wrangler like his, which was
Yeah.
was becoming more rare. I would just send. I never really talked to Brent, but I would just send him a picture of a
Uh-oh.
Wrangler like his.
I think I might have lost you, buddy.
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
I lost you for a second. I heard you said I used to send him random pictures, and this is when, and then it was.
Oh yeah. So if I ever saw a Wrangler that looked like his, which was becoming more rare and rare,
Yeah.
I would just send him a picture of a Wrangler. Like we never really talked. Like he didn't. He was busy with school
Oh.
but anyway. But I would just send him a picture of a random Wrangler.
He probably appreciated that.
Yeah.
But I loved his Jeep, man. Like the best times in my life were probably around that time. Like
Same.
the
Yeah.
best times of my life was us,
Hanging
our
out.
group in that driving around in that Jeep, trying to flirt with chicks, but also like who gave a shit? Like if there's no girls around, we just had a good time. Like
I
those
still remember.
days are just
Gone. Yeah.
gone.
I still remember y'all, we would, it'd be the winter time. We'd pile into the Wrangler, no top or nothing. And y'all take y'all shirts off. It'd be freezing cold going 50 miles an hour down the highway.
That, and I remember going through,
A
when you go
car
through
wash.
the
Yeah.
car wash.
Yeah,
Go
at the
through the
mill.
car wash in the Jeep, and it was all the top and everything down. It would just beat the shit out of you. But when you're, when you're a teenager, you can take it, like,
Yeah.
man,
I still remember
those were the days.
I still remember you telling me about, because one summer I did 2 days. It was eighth grade or ninth grade, and
Okay.
we were running tackle drills, and you and me went head to head, and you said it like permanently messed up your shoulder.
Yes. I caught your head in my like in my armpit,
Yeah.
and I swear I've had shoulder surgeries.
Oh,
My
really?
my my shoulder has will like pop out of socket, it like wiggles in that joint. And I swear it started with that moment where
I was
you
so
just ruined my life for forever.
I was so nervous, and I put my head down. I knew I messed up when I did it.
Put your head down, and I'm just like, oh, he got me.
And you
Oh yes,
clobbered me. You
I don't
clobbered me
remember
good.
clobbering you, but I just remember lead got me. He fucking laid a wallop.
Oh my god.
Man, those were the days. I miss it, man. Now I'm just old. I'm old and worn out. I got no friends. I got a
Same, pretty much.
job that pays the bills, but doesn't give time to actually like.
Dude.
It's like you can either enjoy a life or pay your bills, but you can't do both.
Yeah.
And I'm too responsible to not keep my bills paid. So I guess piss on it. I'll just be unhappy, I guess.
Yeah, I worked like 55 hours last week, and I'm beat. They're really beating us down at work, but it's an all right job, so can't complain too much.
Yeah. Yeah. I recently worked 7/16s in a row. And
Dude,
then I'm just like, I'm done. And
are
so
you?
now that I'm on this contract, I'm just like, I'm just doing my 312s and calling it a day.
Yeah,
Mm.
man. But even 12 hours. I did a couple of 12 hours last week, and even that is kind of brutal.
Well, I like 12s. I'll do 12s all day. 12-hour shifts let me have, work 3 days and then be done with it. I'm all for that. Those 8-hour shifts, man, you do 8-hour shifts and you got to go every day,
Every
five
single
days a
day,
week.
right?
I'm like, how do you people do it? These you 5 days a weekers, like,
So
ugh.
there was one of my counterparts worked for us with my company for about a year, and he came from the restaurant business, and he was working something like what you were saying, like maybe 3 days, 3 days working long hours, and then you have a couple of days off in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
And going from that to 8 to 5 every single day, it took a toll on him.
Yeah, I took a contract not long ago and it was 8 to 5s, and I'm like, man, I gotta go to work again. I was just there yesterday. What do you mean
Right?
I gotta go back to work today? And then they're like, hey, you can pick up an overtime day. Well, that's 6 days. I'm not gonna work 6 days a
Yeah,
week.
I ain't doing Saturdays, man. No way. Been there, done
I
that.
don't know. I work a lot of Saturdays, but when it's 3 days a week, what's a
No,
Saturday?
yeah, yeah, exactly. It's just another day.
So, and you work in like shipping, right?
Yeah, for a company that prints.
Something like that.
Yeah, yeah. It's a company that prints labels, but yeah, I help out. Box things up and do some forklifting and a little bit of everything. And it's basic warehouse
Ooh,
stuff.
forklifting.
Heck yeah, dude.
That's what I'm talking about. Real
Yep.
men drive forks. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's right.
I pass pills. I give people medicine. That's about it.
Yeah.
I'm a nurse. It is what it is. It pays the bills. Um,
Man, I wish
do
you could have done that.
you?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. Do you think that you're gonna do that for forever? Is that your plan, or do you get some long term plans, or who knows?
I guess for right now, I'm just going to keep doing it. I really don't want to go back to what I was doing. I was in the transportation industry doing like just logistics and stuff, and it was great. I had a great job, and I missed it sometimes, but I got really tired of sitting at a desk all day. And
Importing,
yeah, importing and exporting.
exporting.
Yeah, both.
Okay, I gotcha.
Vandalay Industries.
I was gonna ask, what was the name of this? Vandalay, Art Vandalay,
Art Corvalet, Art Vandalay, all the
Art
above.
Vandalay. Man,
And you were going to be my latex salesman.
you were gonna be my latex. Yeah. Only a few people will get that reference. The coolest ones will.
Yeah.
Hey, so in Texarkana, when I come back to Arkansas, you and me, we're gonna do some things.
Yeah, dude. When do you think your next contract in Arkansas will be?
Um, I will be in Arkansas when this one ends. So end of April.
Okay.
This one ends April 20th or 25th. I'm going to take about a week between here and there to like my mom's going to fly out and I'm going to drive around and like just kind of let her see the Smoky Mountains and stuff like that.
Nice.
And then when I get home, if things plan out the way they should, I'll be going back to McCrory. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll be in Arkansas and I'll probably do 316s there. So I'll have, a couple of days off every week to where we can actually go do some things.
Nice.
I did that last time and I kept thinking like, man, I need to see Lee. But then I don't know, I wasn't in a good spot mentally.
Yeah, dude.
And I kind of just like shut down and was just spending time like just in my room. And I
Yeah,
don't know.
work was crazy for me, and I really couldn't get away either. But yeah, we should definitely meet up when you get in town or close to town.
Like I said, I want us to do an interview, like a podcast, and us be together. I want to try
Live.
that with
Yeah.
us just sitting there chit chatting. Maybe the two of us call somebody else, bring somebody else from back in the day, and it would be cool if we could get like the whole group together from back in the day. Like Jeff, Brent, Ronald, all of those. I haven't talked to anybody. I haven't talked to a single one of them in years.
Right. Saying yeah.
So I don't think that's going to happen.
I my cousin Casey, she's in Texarkana now, and
No.
I really haven't. I've only met with her like once or twice. Brienne lives in Texarkana, and we've met up a handful of times. Um, but yeah, I really lost touch with Brent. He's busy, being
Yeah.
a lawyer, of course. And Jeff, I think he got off Facebook. I don't really hear much from him. I ran into him one time at Walmart, years ago,
Yeah.
but that was about it.
But he's still very tall.
Yeah. What was he like? 6'2", 6'3"?
I don't know. I always claimed he was 6'4", but I never had at no point did somebody go, "Hey man, I'm 6'4". I just always went, my friend back home, his name's Jeff, he's like 6'4".
Yeah.
So I don't know why that was the number I went with, but it's what
He
I went with.
he runs a 4'4".
He runs a 4'4". He's 6'4". He can dunk with both hands. Thank you very much. So maybe back off.
Yeah, I miss those days. I miss those days of playing hoops at Brent's house.
Oh, those were the best days. They really were.
That was the best.
I'll talk about things that we did. Like I'll be telling like stories and stuff, and I'll talk about like going and playing like laser tag at the church and just all these things. And everybody's like, "There's no way y'all were allowed to do that." I'm like, "Yeah, it was a different world back then."
Our youth pastor let us play hide and seek in the church with the lights off one weekend.
Yeah,
It
I
was
mean you
creepy.
can't beat that.
Yeah.
Oh, churches will creep you out for sure. Oh, hey, that's what at the beginning of this podcast I said there was a story I was going to say, but I forgot it. It was my creepy condo. I like my condo. I'm paying probably too much for it, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm making because of how much it costs. I'm bringing home like zero money on this contract. Like,
Yeah.
but it's like it's peaceful. I got it to myself. My little dog likes it. Oliver's a big fan of it has like a balcony. He just sits out on the balcony
Oh,
and
heck yeah,
just
dude.
yells at everybody all day, every day.
Are you on?
But
Are you on the top? You're in the middle, or what?
oh, it's just a standalone place.
Yeah. Okay. That's how
It's just
mine is
like a
too.
house.
Yeah.
It's just a house. Um, but it's all the houses are like elevated because of I guess the water maybe.
Yeah. Right.
But I'm like right here by the sound. The sound is just right here by the house. So that's probably why it costs so much. But the problem that I have is I have a ghost.
Oh, you told me. I think
Uh,
you told me about this.
yeah, I mean, I got a dang ghost here. It's constantly like I had a glass olive oil bottle that just blew up, just popped in the middle of the night.
Dude.
Um, there Oliver will bring his toys to just an empty seat and like set it there in front of him and like wait for it to play with him.
Oh man. No,
It's super creepy.
dude.
Um,
The minute I hear a small child's voice or anything, I'm out. I'm done.
Speaking of,
No.
okay, at work the other day, I gotta stop tapping. Those you hear all those on the microphone, and
Oh
I'm
yeah.
so bad at when I talk. I use my hands. I'm like tap 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 tap. Um,
Tap it in.
when the other day at work, tap it in. The other day at work, we just randomly up and up. There's a baby crying somewhere down the hallway.
Oh hell
It's a
no.
nursing home. There is no babies to be crying.
Hell no,
So
dude.
creepy. It's the second time that's happened that I've been, not at this one, but I did a contract in Maine, Saco, Maine, and we had an old man die, right? And
Yeah.
at that facility, if someone was actively dying, they put them on this one hallway to where it would kind of like, if the family came, they would have some like peace. You weren't like in the middle of everybody.
Yeah.
And we had a little old man that died down the hallway. Only person down that hallway. Rest of the night, you would just randomly hear a baby crying down that hallway.
No, dude. No.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, huh, okay, well, one of the CNAs is like, are you going to go look and see what that is? I'm like, no, I'm not going to go look and see what that is. Why would I go look to see what that is?
I'd be
Well,
like,
what if it's somebody that needs help? There's nobody down there. We know that there's nobody down there.
no, man. Check, please. I'm out.
Yeah. Hard pass. Yeah. Some of these places, in the nursing homes and the hospitals, and some of them are just creepy. We had an old lady in Vermont. In that facility, if you were dying, they put you in room 107. It was like the death and dying room, right? So just so many people have passed in that room. So even if there's nobody in there, you walk in there and it's just something about it, like just gives you the creeps, right?
You hear
It's like you can
stories.
feel the air in it.
Yeah, man. Dude, you hear stories about stuff like that, like whether it's a
We
hotel
had
or hospital, whatever.
we had a little old lady that was passing, and we knew she wasn't going to make it long. And I made the comment to because she was like, she'd make a sound too. And made a comment to one of the CNAs, like, man, I know I shouldn't say it out loud, but man, that lady just gives me the creeps. I hate it that she's passing, but she just kind of creeps me out. And she said, have you listened to her? Have you listened to what she's mumbling? Because she just would mumble, like, like over and over and over. So I'm like, no. She's like, go listen to her. I'm like, bitch, I ain't going in there by myself. Like, you can come in here with me. So we go in there, and I've been down and listened to her. And what she was saying was, blood of the lamb, murder the children. Blood of the lamb, murder the
Dude,
children. Blood of
shut
the
up.
lamb, murder the children. Blood of the lamb, murder the children. And did that until she passed away.
Dude.
Like, the only thing she said, didn't go to sleep, didn't make any other sounds, just blood of the lamb, murder the children until she passed away.
Dude, man, no way, man. That would give me nightmares.
I'm over here like, hey, I just let y'all know she's on her own. I mean, best of luck to her. I'm gonna hope the best for her from here. But what she needs is a priest, and I don't think I'm the one.
That's some
So
crazy Stephen King Shining crap. I ain't. I ain't signing up for that.
Right? Blood of the Lamb, murder. I'll remember that for the rest of my life. I'll remember Blood of the Lamb, murder the children.
Red rum.
Just looked like everybody else's grandma, just looked like a
No,
plain little
dude.
sweet lady.
Don't say that.
But nope, she's in here with just vengeance in her heart. I don't know.
Murder.
We had an old lady in Mississippi that was from the Mississippi Delta, and she had voodoo dolls in her room. And she would she had one fat nurse that just no one liked because she was just an asshole. And she would always like have that voodoo doll out, like putting spells on her and stuff. And that woman was always like sick, but also she was real fat. So like, is she sick because she's fat, or is she sick because she's got spells on her? It could be either one.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
I had on my phone. I took a picture of one of the voodoo dolls. I have that on my phone. I'll show you sometime. Yeah, crazy stuff in the world. Crazy stuff.
Man,
You're not far from Falk. You can go look for the Falk monster.
I've seen some of those things on whatever, like Unsolved Mysteries and whatnot.
Have you ever done the Garden Lights?
I've heard about that one too, but I've never done it.
Now, when I come back to Arkansas, we could do it as a podcast. We could do it, record it, and you and me go see if we can find the Garden Lights.
I've seen that one on the William Shatner thing. I think he's talked about it.
Now, it may just, end up in two Caucasians getting murdered out in Garden.
Yeah.
But we'll give it a shot,
Two unidentified white males.
Be like, maybe it wasn't them. It was them. Well, how do you know? They said Caucasian. This is in Garden. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm jumping around, but we
I had a dorm mate from Garden in college, and I think he went on Wheel of Fortune. It's pretty neat. We watched it on TV in the dorm. It's pretty cool.
Did he win?
No, he didn't. But it was so funny though because because they film it in advance, and so he told everybody about it, but he couldn't tell who won or whatever. But anyway, sorry to go off on a tangent.
No, I knew a girl whose mom was on Price is Right.
Really?
And we watched that, and her mom bid a penny every time.
$1, Bob.
She kept not a penny, $1.
$1, Bob.
She kept doing $1, Bob, over and over and over, and she was like, it would be nowhere close. Everybody, she wouldn't get it, and she was one of the original ones.
Panels, on the panel.
And then at the last one, she was like, she didn't do $1. She was like, Bob, $850, Bob, and a different one did $1, and she got it with $1.
Yeah,
and
oh man,
like you were on the show the whole time and did nothing. She wore this ugly blue shirt. I'm just like, and why would you wear that shirt? And then I knew, and this is kind of sad, I went to do wound care on a patient back in, I want to say it was like Lone Oak, but I don't think it was Lone Oak. The Falk area, maybe? I don't remember. Genoa Central, somewhere. And when I got out to go in the building to see the people, they were like, we can't do the nurses visit right now because we're on the something Valco show or whatever. It's like one of crap, what's the name? The old, everybody would chant his name, and it was like the old white guy, and he would always have the craziest daytime television show.
Oh yeah,
Springer.
Springer.
Yeah, it was like his bodyguard, whatever, had a show for a little while, and they were on his show, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Can I see it? So I go in and I step inside to watch it, and the whole episode was about Was Grandpa diddling the grandson?
Ooh.
And I'm like, they're dude, they're like stoked. Like, oh, we're on TV. I'm like, what's
What's
wrong
wrong
with you
with you
people?
people? Yeah.
And it turns out Grandpa failed the lie detector test when he said he wasn't.
Oh, dude.
So I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and step out of here. Y'all have a good day. We're just gonna put down a missed visit for the day. Yeah, yeah. How awful is that? They're like so excited. Like I feel like y'all are overlooking one key factor.
Yeah.
That the
You might want
grandbaby's
you,
getting
you might want to
touched.
check into that.
Grandpa's over here like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they did that test correctly. And I'm like, fella, I knew when I walked through this door that you was a child molester. I didn't need any sort of evidence or proof. You can
Yeah.
just tell.
Some people you can just tell.
Some people you just walk into a room, you're like, oh,
Guilty.
y'all keep y'all keep the kids away from that one.
Yeah.
Don't let little Timmy hop in his lap. Uncle Joe always has a sucker in his pocket,
Who is it
You
that
want
did
a lollipop? Pass.
Who was it that had that joke? Everybody's got that one molesty uncle or whatever. I forgot who
I
did
don't
that
know.
joke.
I tell you, one of my
Everybody's got that
favorites of
one.
those jokes. One of my favorite of the molesty jokes are Aziz Ansari.
Yeah.
He makes the comment. He says, I was never molested as a kid. Never one ever tried to touch me. I was never made to feel uncomfortable. And it's bullshit because I was a good looking little baby. I was a good looking little boy.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm kind of insulted.
That's like
One of my
George.
favorites.
That's like George wanting to be in the cult, the Sunshine Cleaners, and
Yeah.
they pass him over. They don't talk to him.
Man, I don't I don't know that I remember that one.
Okay, it was kind of a random episode.
I've seen them all so many times, but it's been a minute. I need a new show to watch. Maybe I'll go back and watch Seinfeld.
Yeah, I watched some reruns on cable sometimes, but it was the one where I think they go to Jerry. I think they try to either pitch Jerry or Kramer to join their cult, and then George has him come over to clean his carpets, and they don't say anything to him. He feels
He's
left out.
insulted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's George right there for sure. Man. No, when I come back to Arkansas, uh what would you think about if it would have to be like your house because like when I'm in Arkansas, I stay in a
Yeah,
camper
yeah,
and
for sure.
so I'm inviting myself here.
Yeah,
If we did one at your house and tried to get like Casey and Brienne and like see how many people like from back then we could get to come and be there.
yeah, dude, that
It
sounds
would
cool.
probably just be those two, but
Yeah,
I think that could be like a neat little reunion style. Like
we
how's
still,
life going?
yeah, yeah, for sure. I'll be down for that.
Did you just pull out a sock?
Oh, it's just a rag. I
talk,
got what?
talking, and then it's just stock.
Yeah, I
Right.
got magic. I do magic tricks.
Well, yeah, I have no magic skills, but my ex's niece used to get so tickled because I always had 2 quarters, but I would have one in my hand and I would go, huh, and I would act like I put it in her ear or something, and then I would, which is just the other quarter. Mine, she was like 4, so
I had one trick with the coin. I can't remember if it was my uncle or my dad that showed me, but like you flip your hands over and like when you flip it, like you can throw it kind of without you
Yeah,
seeing it.
if you flip it over to the other hand, I've seen
Yeah,
that one.
I would do that with little kids a lot, and they love that.
Another one that I know how to do with cards
I
that it's
do it.
like you can only do with children is you tell them to pick a card, any card, and then they take the card, and then you like shuffle and you do all this stuff with the deck, and then you tell them to put the card back in. But when you do it, you tell them you turn the deck over where you can see which card it is,
Oh,
like
okay.
on top, and then you
Yeah.
tell them to put it in, and then you put it on the back of the thing, and then when you like shuffle them, but you don't really shuffle them, but then you turn the cards over and you're like, okay, your card was, and then you just look to
Point to
see,
it. I've seen people
yeah,
do that trick to me, and I always wondered kind of how they did it.
yeah, you're like, oh, you must have been the 10 of hearts.
I used to watch some of that
Yeah.
Penn and Teller.
Oh, I
You know,
love that show. I
yeah,
I love magic. Like I
yeah.
get that it's not cool. I don't care. I think it's awesome.
Same, same.
I watched.
I used to do that coin trick with my dog with treats
Oh yeah,
to see how his reaction. I get him
the,
every time.
get him every time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try all around that. See if he can figure it out.
yeah,
It's hard to do anything fun like treat wise, Oliver though, because he's not food motivated. So like you're like, hey, if you do this, I'll give you a treat, and he's just like, yeah, I'll do without.
yeah,
I'm fine already. So
yeah.
um uh I went to Vegas and watched. I can't think of his name now, but he like won America's Got Talent or something like that, and he did magic. And might be a sorcerer. Like he did real magic. I don't care what anybody says. He did actual magic, not sleight of hand or
Yeah.
misdirection. There's no way he was not doing actual real magic.
There's some.
First of all, he's in a short sleeve shirt that's like tight, right?
Yeah,
So you know how like they'll do that thing where they're like pulling out cards. You're
yeah.
like,
From
oh, I got cards for days, but it's coming from like their
the
sleeves
sleeve.
or stuff.
Yeah,
He's got t-shirt on, and he's pulling out wine bottles
dude.
of just going wine bottle, and it's just whoop, there's wine bottle, and not like one or two, but like I think it was like 20, 22, something like that.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, so let's say he had it in his shirt. You mean to tell me he's got 22 wine bottles in his shirt?
yeah.
No, the only explanation is actual magic.
Magic. Yeah,
Argue it until I die.
I believe it.
I'm impressed.
There's some of those. Yeah, there's some Asian guy on that Penn and Teller. He's come on a couple times, and the stuff he does, like with like light and smoke, is insane.
Ken Lin or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. He's super impressive. I, on the other hand, have zero skills.
Yeah.
I get so jealous when people have skills. I have none. Like there's not anything that I'm good at.
I'll tell you what I think is kind of cool. Like, you ever see some of those documentaries about like the Amazing Jonathan or whatever? The people that do magic with jokes, I think, is really cool. With stand up that has kind of like cheap magic tricks incorporated.
It sounds super familiar, so I think I have, but I can't put my mind on it.
I saw Nate Bargatze live a few years back, and his dad.
Again, jealous.
His dad's a magician, or was basically his whole childhood, and he brought his dad on to his tour to open up for him, and it was actually really great, really
That's
funny,
awesome.
and pretty good magic tricks. And I don't know, I'd definitely recommend if he ever get a chance to see him. He probably, I would imagine he still opens for him sometimes.
Yeah, I would like to see him. I had plans to see him in North Dakota, and then just my contract ended the week before he got there. And then the same thing in Indiana. He was going to be there in Indiana. My contract ended the day before he got there. I'm like, I can't. I just keep barely missing. So
I think I saw him in 22, and it was one of the first things I did kind of after COVID. And saw him in Chattanooga, and it was great.
Chattanooga's
beautiful. I've been there a few times. Definitely would go back.
I've been there. I spent the night there once, but I haven't spent a lot of like time there.
Walking
but
around,
it's very, very pretty area. Not an area that you think of you know what would be beautiful? Chattanooga. We should go to Chattanooga. Yeah. Turns out it's gorgeous. So. But it's like close to the Smoky Mountains and stuff.
Yep.
And I didn't realize that until I got there. So I met a man in Florida who happened to be from Chattanooga, and the dude was just always buying stuff. Like he owned some sort of company, and every time you like go to do something, he'd be like, "It's on me, guys," and would just like buy. Like we went on a deep sea fishing thing, you know, like
Yeah.
you pay like $180 a piece or some shit. And we get out there, and he's like, "I got it. I'll just cover the boat." And I'm like,
What do you
"All
do?
right." Like,
Yeah.
what? I don't know what you do, but we're best friends now. I tell you that. Yeah, and we weren't there with him, but we just kept like crossing his path like the entire vacation or whatever.
Yeah.
And he would be like, "Oh, hey, it's you guys. I'm gonna pay for their table. I got their drinks." And I'm just like, "Well, you don't have to do that." Meanwhile, I'm like, "Go ahead and throw
Yeah.
me in an extra daiquiri over here." That's how I party when I'm on vacation. I'm like, I go on vacation. I want the fruitiest, sweetest liquors that you can bring to me, and I want an umbrella in it.
Be like, sea bass.
Yes, yes. And I want it through a straw. I like to drink my liquors through straws if they're pretty.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'm drinking whiskey, yeah, I'll just drink whiskey. But if I'm drinking a pretty drink, I want a straw.
Frozen margarita, straw all the way.
How do you do your margaritas? On ice, frozen?
I prefer the frozen ones.
Really? See, I like the on the rocks.
All the rocks.
And I didn't know that until about 2 years ago. I've always got them frozen.
You
Always.
like sugar or salt?
Sugar. I can't do salt.
I don't like the salt either. I like the sugar.
The salt like turns my stomach over, and I feel all like
it kind of burns. I don't like it.
I feel like pukey, and like I get those mouth sweats, you know.
Yeah.
And, ugh.
The tequila doesn't need any help. It's already
it's and if it's tequila, I already like I need to know that we're going home soon. Like
yeah.
I can drink with the best of them. Tequila and Jaeger.
No.
Everybody stand back. I'm about to put on a show, you know. It's neither of them. My body is just like, now if you know that if you're going to do this, we're just going to turn the lights off and see what happens. And then my brain is like, go for it.
Anything with Red Bull, oh my God.
See, I don't do Red Bull. Red Bull makes me feel like I'm going to have a heart attack.
Yeah, dude. But any of those mixed stuff like the Jaeger bombs and whatnot.
Jaeger bombs.
Great in the 20s, but once you hit 30,
right?
No bueno.
Did you ever go to the Caliente?
No, I never did. But I remember it burning down. That's all I remember.
Yeah, pretty sure the church has got a hold of that one. That's another story for another day.
Fire and brimstone.
Fire and brimstone. The Caliente in the world of small shitty clubs.
It was good.
Possibly still my favorite club.
Place, yeah.
I used to go to a place in Little Rock. Something Alligator something.
Okay.
I don't remember. It's been 20 years, you know. But I had every time I went there, I had an absolute blast.
Chubs.
And then maybe no, I had an absolute blast every time, but it was still the Caliente was like the best. I danced with, I don't know, like I would actually go dance and stuff there. Like I would actually like get off the table and go.
Was it mostly country dancing, or was it just everything?
Oh, it was everything. It was a whole lot of just like girls shaking their butts. Club, it was like
the
boots with the fur, and you know,
it
was back in the good old days.
I remember hearing stories. I remember you told me you knew Josh Callahan. He'd always tell me stories about Caliente. We worked together for a little while.
I like some Josh Callahan. My favorite thing about Josh Callahan is we have met for the first time twice.
You told me that story. He pulled out a picture, a photograph. Is that right?
Yeah. Neither of us realized it at first. Like we're meeting. I'm like, hey man, I've heard a lot about you. He's like, oh yeah, but same here. And I think it was Shane Frady, maybe. It was like, what are y'all talking about? Like, y'all hung out before. And we're both like, no, dude,
Nope.
neither of us have ever met. And we were like positive behind it. And he's like, hold on. So he used to looking and he has like, he used to take pictures every time everybody get together and party. And sure
Yeah.
enough, there's a picture of just me and Callahan like laughing our asses off, clearly hammered on a couch.
Yeah.
And that was apparently the first time that we hung out. Yet neither of us had any recollection of that moment in time.
That's hilarious.
So we got to meet for the first time all over again.
That guy
But from the looks of it, it looks like our first meeting. It looks like we did have a good time.
yeah. You're like, man,
You ever watched the show Greek?
No,
Okay. There's a character on Greek called Cappy. Cappy looks exactly like Josh Callahan, or at least back in the day, Josh Callahan. And like acts like him, looks like him. Like I swear they modeled the character after Josh Callahan.
I know that guy. He's so funny. He was really the only reason that our job was bearable at the grocery store back in the day.
Yeah.
I know Brienne was really good buddies with him. Like after when we went to college, I think she hung around the same circles or whatever, and they were really good friends.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I always liked him. I always liked the guy.
He's such a funny guy.
Yeah, I like his humor. His sense of humor is always like up my alley. Oh. It's been a podcast with Beau Clowers, mildly a big deal. Glad you guys came to join us. Have a great day and take care. We'll see you, Lee.
Yeah, peace out.